Alright, so this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden was episode 406. Now, I decided not to review last week's episode because it was so boring that I fell asleep watching it. Like, and so, but basically, it was, you know, just, doesn't matter who else was in the episode, 10-10, just, a 10 episode is just, doesn't work. Now, as for this week's episode, we got to the people that I actually cared about from the Leaf Village, and that is Ino, Choji, and Sakura. Now, in this episode, we see kind of once again the continuing rivalry between Ino and Sakura, and you see how during their training how they were kind of competing while as they were both apprenticing under um, Tsunade, but this is still seemingly focusing more on the even though this is these episodes are they're supposed to be focusing on this team as a whole. They're more so focusing on it's mostly more on the Ino side because we already got all of the like I went through all this hardship of training and all that from both Sakura and Choji. So this is kind of utilizing they're giving an opportunity for Ino to have her moment where she's like, "Oh, I went through rough training during the 2 years in order to get stronger," and you see how she's tries to train immediately after she, the whole Sasuke retrieval arc thing. She trained with her father, and when Choji gets out, she decides to. She find just conveniently on the same day that Choji is getting out of the hospital, she basically her dad tells her that it will even if you train at this, even though she's been training hard, it'll still take her quote unquote years to master the Yamanaka clan's secret ninjutsu, and because of that, she's kind of being sort of lazy at this point, so she decides to use Choji getting out of the hospital as an excuse to stop training for a day, and both she tries to get Sakura and to join them for their meal for the celebration, but she's like, "No, I can't. I'm training right now." And then Choji's like, "Oh, as soon as I'm done eating, I'm going to get back to training." And then they both basically, say stuff to her that makes her think, "Oh, well, maybe I should do, these people are working so hard to train. Maybe I should." And then she decides to go to Tsunade to try and become her apprentice. And as she goes in. We see Sakura completing a medical ninjutsu, which is supposed to bring back which brings this fish back to life who died through asphyxiation. And Ino's like, "Well, I want to become your student, Tsunade." And she's like, "Well, it took Sakura 3 months to revive this fish from asphyxiation. So if you can revive this octopus from asphyxiation within 3 months, then I'll let you be my student." And basically, you go through this whole montage where she's trying to doesn't want to get behind Sakura, so she's trying to master this medical ninjutsu. All the while, Sakura's going through all Tsunade's medical ninjutsu books and studying them, and so it's kind of like a nice, well, Ino moment with, and then you see this after this because the reason why they go into the flashback in the first place is because they get attacked by a scorpion, and Sakura just at first they think Sakura's not moving because she's traumatized because she got attacked in many episodes ago by this creature and couldn't do anything against it. But then all the while, Ino and Choji are failing to do anything to the scorpion. Out of no you lose sight of Sakura for just a second, and then she just falls down from the sky, and this is Ino and Choji's first experience seeing Sakura's new uh, like strength as she falls from the sky and punches the living shit out of this giant scorpion, and they use that as food. And then, so that's pretty much where the episode. And then they go into the flashback, and then at the end of the flashback, they come back. She's healing Sakura because they're like, oh well, you're good at healing, but it's still, even though you're a good medical ninja, it's still very difficult for you to heal your own hands, which never made any sense to me. But next week we're expecting is they're going to get into a fight with another team, and apparently Ino is going to display the Yamanaka clan's secret ninjutsu, so that should be interesting. But the most noteworthy thing of the week, we got a new opening and ending. And the opening pretty much, unfortunately, yes, has a decent amount of spoilers in it, but most of the people I see on the internet are basically saying, at this point, if you're a Naruto fan and haven't read the manga yet, what the hell are you doing? So they're like, they don't give a shit about the spoilers anymore in the openings because there's not much left. And basically, what we see in the opening is we see a preview of Guy versus Madara. They also spoil the Sage of Six Paths lineage with with his two sons and the descendants of those two sons, or the reincarnations of them. And they also show off, Naruto's new mode, but not once do you see Sasuke's new eye, which I thought was very disappointing. You also get to see a preview of what Madara looks like with the Sage of Six Paths powers. However, you only see him with one Rinnegan eye, not two. You also get to see the moons in the background, and you also get a silhouette that showcases that basically spoils the final villain. I mean, you don't get to see the whole face. It's more just like a silhouette, kind of, and then you see a giant, Renny Sharingan. That basically spoils the Infinite Tsukiyomi. So, a decent amount of spoilers. The song's not bad, but the fact that now they are including some new canon material, and it's not just some complete filler opening, means that we should be getting soon be getting into the canon again. But that could still be another like 4 or 5, maybe 6 weeks, because we still have to because we still haven't finished. We're still in the second round of the tuning exams. So who knows how it's gonna go for the third round. So okay, so there you go. The episode overall was okay. It was miles better than the last two episodes, just because of the fact that they were just 10-10 focused episodes, and this was a more so Ino focused episode, and the next one's also looking like an Ino focused episode. After that, I don't know, because Wikipedia doesn't have the other episode titles up yet, the ones after that. So that's pretty much Naruto Shippuden.